Yo, people, what is up? It's your boy, the Curious Fijian, aka Diaz Ali, the host, and we're gonna bring to you another fight breakdown. It's UFC 296. Dana White said Christmas is on the way, so Christmas has come early, and it's come early for fight fans. This is an immense card. Let me say it again. Immense. So I couldn't leave you empty-handed. I'm going to break down the whole main card. We're going to touch on some of the prelims because there's some mega fights on there. The monster headliner, Edwards versus Colby Covington. Without further ado, let's get it. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down all the main event cards. Obviously, as you see here, it's stacked. You've got Luque, Gary, Ferguson, Pimblett, Rachmanov, Stephen Thompson, Pantoja, Brandon Royale, Edwards, Covington, but some of the prelims are just ratatouille, chef's kiss, unbelievable. So what we're going to do is we'll touch on some of the prelims because obviously there's a few fighters I like in here, like Cody Garbrandt. If anyone doesn't want Cody Garbrandt to do well again, just get out of here.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Look, you even got Josh Emmett, Bryce Mitchell closing out the prelims. That's a huge fight. But now we get into the main card. Vicente Luque versus Ian Machado Gary.
I know it's out there. There's some speculation that Ian Gary and Luque is off. It is true. It is. Ian Gary started with the flu that turned into pneumonia. So that fight is off and is not happening.
And then we've got Tony Ferguson, Paddy Pimblett. This is sick fight, but I don't actually think there's any potential upside for Paddy Pimblett. If he beats Tony Ferguson, he beats a guy who's coming off 6 losses. If he loses to Tony Ferguson, he loses to a guy who's coming off 6 losses. And after his controversial last fight, I know he was injured, but after his controversial last fight, where it's arguable if he won or if he didn't, it's a hard fight to go into. Tony Ferguson's has been with David Goggins. He's doing a hell week. No athlete survived hell week with David Goggins. He knows how to fight. He knows how to spar. If anything, not sparring, probably doing better. He doesn't need to be going in there and sparring, really. I think for him he thinks it's a mentality thing that why he's not performing. Paddy Pimblett comes into this one on a good streak, but he's not fought anyone. He's not fought anyone close to the boogeyman. He's not fought anyone like Tony Ferguson. This is another one. This is another good test to see where Paddy Pimblett is actually at. Is he the real deal? Is he what everyone's saying he is? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out on Saturday night. I'm gonna go for Tony Ferguson. I think Paddy Pimblett is a great fighter, but if we get anywhere near to the Tony Ferguson, if we get anywhere near to the Tony Ferguson of old, he goes out there and gets the jobs done, hands down. And you could argue in his last couple fights he's been very unlucky because he's looked good. And you could argue Paddy Pimblett, he didn't look great in his last fight. I know he had an injury. I'll go Tony Ferguson with this one. On to the next bout, another welterweight bout. Shavkat Rachmanov versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. This is a good fight. Rachmanov, another boogeyman division, another up-and-coming fighter who's sort of taken it by storm. He trained with Luque, used to train with Ian Gary, and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson wants to put a stop to that run. If he can get a run to the title, he wants a run to the title. So by taking out someone like Shavkat, that just speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. Shavkat is a heavy favourite. He's got 2-inch reach advantage, 1-inch height advantage. Very good wrestler. But Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's probably one of the best strikers in UFC. One of the best strikers in MMA, hands down. Let's see about the grappling, because if Rachmanov wins, he wins by grappling. I want to see how heavy he's been with grappling. So takedown average, he's averaged 1.5 takedowns per 15 minutes. And look at Thompson. Thompson does not want to go for takedown. His takedown actually is 33%. Takedown defense from Thompson 64%. And if you remember rightly, Wonderboy Thompson does have good takedown defense. He does. So if he can keep this fight standing, if he can make it awkward, if he can make it tricky, it's a 3-round fight. I think he can go out there and get the job done. I just think Shavkat's coming in with a lot of hype, a lot of confidence. 17-0, not lost, and he's made a lot of them. He's got the Khamzat Chimaev effect, just taking people and ragdolling them for the full fight. I think if this was a couple years ago, I would have gone Wonderboy hands down. I think as we're in a bit of a new age, Wonderboy is getting on. I don't know how much of that hunger he's got left in him. Obviously, he's a fighter, he's got that hunger, but he is getting on in age, and it is a young man's sport. I'm going to go Shavkat Rakhmonov, 17-0. I think he'll take this fight. Then we go to the co-main event. For me personally, not the best main event. When you look at that card and how stacked it is, it's not the best main event. I know they just want to put another title fight on. If you're a hardcore martial arts fan, it's a brilliant fight. Pantoja versus Brandon Royval. I think they have fought before, these two. So these two fought in 2021. And Pantoja won round 2 by submission. But Royval is on a win streak of his own. He's racked up 3 wins before this fight. And he's been pretty active, to be fair. Fought in 2022 twice and has fought in 2023 once. So this will be his second fight. But Pantoja coming off that last fight against Moreno, winning the belt, getting that, you know, Joe Rogan says you get that 30% bounce. You win that belt, you get 30% better naturally. And I think that 30% better will just be too much for Royval. Pantoja looked brilliant in his last fight, especially with the takedowns of Brandon Moreno, especially with the grappling against Brandon Moreno. Brandon Moreno is no slouch on the ground, so his grappling game is serious, and he submitted this man already within 2 rounds, so there's not going to be that fear factor coming in. I'm going to have to back the champion here. I'm going to have to back Pantoja on this fight. And for the main event of the evening, an absolute barn burner, Colby Chaos Covington steps up to fight Leon Edwards. I think people sleep on Colby. I'm not going to lie, I think people sleep on Colby Covington. He's an unbelievable fighter, man. So look at the records. 21-3, 1 no contest for Leon Edwards. 17-3 for Colby Covington. Leon Edwards got a height advantage and a 2-inch reach advantage. Colby Covington puts a pace on people like I've never seen before in the octagon. He throws so many strikes, man. Look, strikes landed per minute, he throws 4.1 strikes per minute. He averages 4 takedowns every 15 minutes. That is crazy. That's a man coming to do a job on you. That's a man with cardio. He's been training at high altitude for this whole camp as well. But Leon Edwards is the champion. Leon Edwards has just come off 2 humongous wins versus Kamaru Usman, a head kick KO and a decision win in London. That's big. For confidence, that's big. And that man has honestly got that 30% champion bounce. He has it. And the question we have to ask ourselves is, he's nearly had, when was his last fight? His last fight was in 2022, March the 6th versus Masvidal. Obviously, they had a little bit of street beef after that, and Covington went to the police and all that stuff, but that's neither here nor there. But that's a long time. That's nearly 2 years ago. It's not good activity in your... But he's coming in against someone who's just had 2 huge fights against Kamaru Usman. Someone who's been way more active over recent years. So will that layoff, will that ring rust affect him? I'm not sure. Can Leon Edwards stop another man from taking him down? Like, he done very well against Usman in the second fight. But can he do it against Covington, who mix up his striking a little bit better, who sort of... He doesn't telegraph the takedown as much. He sort of throws a lot of combinations, gets really close, and then tries to drag you down. It's such a hard one. It's such a hard one to call. People, comment down below, who have you got for this fight? I'm taking Colby Covington. Everyone keeps saying to me, you can't sleep on Leon, and trust me, I'm not sleeping on Leon. I just think Covington's got a better stylistic game to beat him. The only thing where I think he might not win is because of that layoff, because of that long layoff. But if anyone's not going to get affected by ring rust, it will be Colby Covington. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Fight Breakdown. Leave in the comments your picks down below, man. If you agreed with me, if you didn't agree with me, if you think this person's going to win, if you think that person's going to win, leave the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the bell notification, because we got some humongous things planned this year. And if you are a fight fan, go watch some of the recent podcasts. We got podcasts ranging from all sorts of fighters: Muay Thai, boxing, MMA, and we got documentaries out. So make sure you check out the channel, make sure you like the video, and enjoy your Christmas, people, and peace.